Only one event down in the qualifiers in the Team Quadrilla Marble League, but the chatter within the snake pit has been very pertinent already. Some teams really showing up in the first event, others perhaps not meeting their expectation, but we move on to the second qualifier event, the obstacle course, a brand new event to the Quadrilla Marble League. Heats of 4 individual marbles will traverse through this course of multiple sections. The first section, lay-in section, which we've seen in the sprint, but they have to go through some Quadrilla blocks which may change things up. Then they go into a gravitrack section. We've seen this in many other events before, such as the obstacle race, elimination race, but then they get funneled into the center and have an opportunity to get on that beam and go as far as they can to the end. The longer you stay on that beam towards the end, the faster you're going to get that final section done, while the other marbles are zigzagging on either side. We'll see the test teams show us how it's done. All 4 of them in the blocks ready for this one. Copperheads, Death Adders, Snake Eyes, and the Ocean Ophidians. Snake Eyes get a good jump, but everyone closes up into the gravitrack. Snake Eyes still have the lead. Death Adders are up there. Copperheads trying to have a look. Death Adders are going to take the beam and get in front of the Snake Eyes, and they demonstrated beautifully what a difference that final section can make. The Death Adders, I think, were the only team that managed to get across the beam like pretty much any distance. Yeah, you can see the Snake Eyes and the Copperheads going on either side. The Death Adders just about balanced on the beam enough, and they will get the win in this test run. And the Ocean Ophidians well in the back pretty much from start to finish. Not great for their first demonstration event, but 12.05, that is about the benchmark that some of these teams will try to beat. Of course, we expect better times for most of these teams, but that is around the ballpark that we expect. Now into the first group. First heat, Winter Icicles, Hazelnuts, Rock Pools, and the Mountain Climbers. Winter Icicles and the Rock Pools get the better jump in the track section. Rock Pools now take the lead out of the gravitracks. They can't get on the beam, neither can the Mountain Climbers or the Hazelnuts. So it will be the Rock Pools that get the win. Winter Icicles shadowing them right behind them every step of the way, but you cannot get by if you're in the same lane over there. The Winter Icicles and the Rock Pools did start out well. The Gravitrax is really prone to changes though, but those two teams managed to stay ahead pretty much from start to finish. Rock Pools just got ahead of the Winter Icicles right before the ending of the Gravitrax, and that sealed their fate as the victors of this match. And the Rock Pools with coast, they absolutely need that. Sitting at the bottom of the group after the first event, Winter Icicles sitting up in second, so things are looking good for them. Not great for the Mountain Climbers or the Hazelnuts though, but we move on to the second heat. Maze Runners, Shadow Riders, Valley Dashers, and Team Atlantic. Valley Dashers get the best jump. Shadow Riders make a nice move, and they have the lead. Coming to the last section, Valley Dashers are going to take the lead, go all the way, and the Valley Dashers, that was fantastic by them. Easily going to get the win, while the Maze Runners really taking their time in the final section. They enter the final section last, and pretty much had to go through the zigzag all the way through. This was really Shadow Riders and the Valley Dashers battling from start to finish. Shadow Riders had it, but the Valley Dashers executed that perfectly. That's going to be a great time. That should perhaps challenge for the lead, and yes it does. First place with a 7.67. That is fantastic by Ravine. And the Valley Dashers are going to get the win in Group A in the obstacle course. The only team to really go far on the beam at all. And they are going to get the full 8 points. Shadow Riders in second, and that means with consistency, the Shadow Riders take first place. Then it's the Winter Icicles. Valley Dashers jump 4, and Maze Runners dead last in that event. They dropped to 4th place. And now on to Group B. Cold Fusion, Floundering Fish, Slime Balls, and the Aquamarines. Very fast-paced event. This is Floundering Fish and Cold Fusion get the better jump. Now Floundering Fish a huge lead. Slime Balls will take it from them though. Slime Balls take the lead. Then it's the Floundering Fish. They get it back. Oh, Cold Fusion a bump there. Slime Balls and Floundering Fish. Who's gonna get it? It's a drag race right towards the line. No one takes the beam. Slime Balls and Floundering Fish though on opposite sides. They pretty much cross the line at almost the exact same time. We're gonna have to get a photo finish for this one. And the Cold Fusion and the Aquamarines can't factor in. Everyone within a few lengths of each other though. Oh, that's so close between the Slime Balls and the Floundering Fish. Slime Balls really need this result as well. But who's it gonna be? So they get into the photo finish. Floundering Fish by 1/100th of a second. Koi Boy pips Viscous to first place with a 12.13. They take the provisional lead. But no one taking the beam. Will someone else do it in the second heat? That could potentially get them the win. In this group, Pumpkin Patch, Efficient Eggs, Poison Ivy, and Team Nectar. Poison Ivy makes a nice move in the track section. They have the lead. Pumpkin Patch looking racy though. Pumpkin Patch will take it. Poison Ivy will take the beam all the way, and the Poison Ivy will get the win. Pumpkin Patch will cross the line in second place. Then it's Team Nectar. Efficient Eggs, I think, did go on the beam bit, but not enough for them to get out of last place. But look at this, Poison Ivy had the lead for most of the gravel tracks. Pumpkin Patch briefly take it here, and Poison Ivy, they needed to take that beam to get any chance of getting past the Pumpkin Patch. Great run by Toxin there. That's the second marble today, which we've seen just go all the way there. And there you can see Efficient Eggs also tried to get it. If they stayed on a bit longer, they might have got by Team Nectar. But regardless, Efficient Eggs only 7th place. Poison Ivy is good enough for the lead and the win in Group B. Group B done. Poison Ivy gets the win. Pumpkin Patch second place after that great block pumping run. Things are looking very good for them to qualify for the first time. 15 points for the Pumpkin Patch. Poison Ivy rise to second place against the Floundering Fish and the Cold Fusion in the qualification zone after the second event. And now on to the final group of the day. Group C with the first heat, Bobble Squad, Amber Animals, Olive Orbs, and the Majestic Melons. Olive Orbs get a good start. Majestic Melons also on the bottom lane get a good getaway. But Bobble Squad, Amber Animals will close in. Olive Orbs make a move, but the Bobble Squad respond beautifully and are the only team to go over the beam at the end. And the Bobble Squad will get the win here after getting second place in their group in block bumping. So things are looking very good for the defending B Division champions to get back in the A Division. Oh, and a nudge there with the Amber Animals. That is what got the Bobble Squad past the Olive Orbs and got them the opportunity to get all the way across the beam. Meanwhile, the other three all in the same lane. Pretty much single file from that point. Olive Orbs, Amber Animals, and the Majestic Melons. Poor result in the first event. They're probably going to get a very poor result in this event as well. Things are not looking good for the Melons. But now, in the second heat and the final run of the day, the Bacon Brawlers, Treat Fleet, Green Supreme, and the Sinister Sprinters. And it's the Sinister Sprinters that get a good getaway. Now it's the Green Supreme. Treat Fleet also up there. Treat Fleet have the lead. Oh, a nudge there with the Green Supreme. Green Supreme and the Treat Fleet are going to cross the line very close. Who's going to get it between those two teams? Treat Fleet had it going into the final section. A nudge between the Sinister Sprinters and the Green Supreme, though. And that's going to be very close for the win here in this heat. We'll see how this factors in with the first heat with the Bobble Squad. Sinister Sprinters finishing in third here in this heat, and the Bacon Brawlers well off the pace here. Look at this, Green Supreme and the Treat Fleet. Oh, who's gonna get it? It's the Green Supreme by 1/100th of a second. Once again, they will get the win over the Treat Fleet in this heat, but it's only good enough for second place. The Bobble Squad from the first heat with their 8.57, that is good enough for the victory in Group C. Green Supreme in second, nice bounce back after the first event. And the Treat Fleet, another good result for them. They sit in second place. Bobble Squad rise up to first. Those two sitting very pretty at the top of the standings. Green Supreme in third, and Olive Orbs rounding out the teams in the qualification zone. But well done to Ravine, Toxin, and Bobble from the Valley Dashers, Poison Ivy, and the Bobble Squad for winning this event for their group. And we are halfway done with the qualifiers now. Things are really ramping up here in the qualifiers for the Team Quadrilla Marble League in Season 5. The next event will be back to a classic, the Quadrilla Descent. The first time that event is going to be in the qualifiers, so we'll see you then.